to the retro room. Yes, you're seeing me face on for once, but this would be very hard to get. This thing would be real hard to film and to introduce you guys to before, you know, with the cameras being as close as they were. There have been other videos on purple Dells. This is my particular purple Dell. The Dimension 4550. Someone's been in here before because there's something missing here. There's a floppy drive there. A couple optical drives. One looks like a rewritable drive. The other is just compact disk drive. Like all of these, has a flip up door with your USB, pair of USB ports and a headphone jack right under there. That, I guess the idea is you could plug those in and then close this and they just hang out this little lip down here. This is a Pentium 4 of some variety, has or should have Windows XP on it. I don't know what's on here. I got this machine for a steal. $10, I believe. Usual assortment of ports on the back here. You can see a couple fans through the grates there. Something for a video card. I'm not sure what yet. Video card has this video and then, of course, VGA. Well, let's move you onto the bench and we'll take a look on the inside of this thing. All right. Now this is supposed to be a toolless entry. He is not light though. It has a button here on the top. You can see that one there. That's a release. It has very same button right there too. So push both of those buttons and lift. You guys can see into the maw. Lots of green. This cable, if you can see it, real neat USB logo. This is USB 2.0 on it, just so you don't get that confused. 80-pin IDE cable coming off of a as of yet unknown hard drive. I don't think I've had this on the channel before. These nice rails. 60 gig Western Digital hard drive in there. We'll pop him back where he was. Plug him in. This is a floppy cable and it's plugged in down here, but it's not plugged into the drive for some reason. We will plug all that in. Just like so. There's an IDE cable missing from these drives. It's right here. Somebody was definitely in this case before. We'll plug them in. CD audio cable plugged in. Okay, little ATX power connection there. Pretty standard affair. I don't know what this card is. He wasn't mounted all the way, and I see why. He was connecting with the RAM slot. Get up there. This little clip here. We'll put him back down in there. Okay, there's nothing else in here. What kind of RAM we looking at? That is 1 gigabyte of DDR RAM. 400 megahertz PC 3200. Buffalo on the chips. All right. Well, why don't we see what's on this machine? Have some extra rails up here. Well, you guys can't see them, but for adding extra drives, they're just clipped in there. Pretty neat. We got dust bunnies all over the inside of this guy. But why don't we close him up? We'll turn him around. And we'll see if he does anything. Or if he just blows up. That would certainly add to the excitement of today. Okay. I've got a keyboard, a mouse, a video. We might as well do sound. Let's get you guys some eyes on this situation. There we go. All right, let's hit that power button on the front and see what happens. I'm a dumbass. Need to plug in the power. There we go. He came right on. With its boot screen, invalid configuration or on setup program, performing automatic IDE configuration. We'll put the keyboard up here. Apparently, the battery on the inside of this thing is dead. Has a Windows XP sticker right here. Let's run the setup utility. It's kind of funny. Didn't realize it's a Dell keyboard too. That is so not right. Oh, okay. that is, how does it want me to change that? It is the 19th, 2024, but this is okay. It's not 04, it's 19. Yep, have that primary drive off. Drive off. It's not off. Keep it to auto. Keep it to auto. It's saying the hard drive's not in there. But there is a hard drive in this machine. Not found. We'll continue and see what happens. Okay, well, we have some issues apparently. Let's hold this power button here. No need to hold it, just turn him off. My purple Dell is sick. Let's get this around where you guys can have a look on the inside of it. If we can do that without absolutely tangling all the cables. Can move all the way up there. We don't need it up there. Here we go. There you guys are. Here's the hard drive. It is marked as master, and it probably needs to be marked as single without another drive in there, because there is something missing, and that something is probably a zip drive. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay, I found a zip 250 IDE. It's a little dusty, but it is Dell colored. This dark gray that this Dell is. And he is set to slave. On this guy, nothing on those means it's set to slave. That will help us out tremendously. He needs rails on the drive. Got some of those here. Okay, the rails are on. Then he just has his own little hole here. Make sure nothing's in the way as we... Alright, he's locked in. plugged in, lined up front. Now that is some computing architecture. All right. All the cables are down. Everything is looking pretty. I'm not going to shut him up. I'll just plug him in right here. Invalid configuration. We'll press F1 to continue anyway. That's not a shock. Good old Windows XP on this dude. Windows XP startup sounds. Looks like I was in here. I'd have had this machine a while. Oh, what's in this machine? System. 2 gigahertz Pentium 4 and a gig of RAM. XP Home, Service Pack 3. Couple bulging caps in there, but I don't see any leaks going on. I do see some leaks going on. I'm going to shut this machine down properly. Then I'll let you guys see the mess that I'm seeing under here. That's probably why I set this machine aside, because of the bulging caps. This let's set that fan aside. I'm going to move the camera and get him down where you guys can see. Down inside this machine, I don't know if you can see that, but it's all of these brown caps here. This one and this one, these two here. That one is leaking off the top there, some dried on goodness. All the other ones don't look too bad right now, and the machine does work, but I don't feel comfortable running it with those caps the way they are. But That's a big butt. This machine will make a rather nice late, well, mid 2000s machine. Maybe some really late end DOS stuff and some emulation stuff. This, it's almost modern. Not quite. And he needs a bath. Well, I want to box this machine back up. We will revisit this machine at a later date, but for right now, I appreciate you guys joining me on taking a brief look at this machine. That just clips onto the back there. Thank you for joining me on a quick look at this machine. He's almost 100%. Well, do I have those caps in stock, I wonder? What do they need? I have to get in there where I can see them. "105C", the temperature reading. I don't see any other information on them. You know what? I need to replace the caps anyway, so why don't I get the board out of here? Forget this short look stuff. We'll take him apart. This has a clip right here that holds the cards in. Means you don't need screws. Come out of there. He's dusty. We'll disconnect this feature connector, which has the power button and everything. Disconnect this little guy. Pop the IDE cable off. Both of them. Then the floppy cable as well. ATX connector. CD audio connector. A little 4-pin connector. Come on now. This fan doohickey. This board is held down by a number of bolts, not screws. Well, Do I have anything right here handy? Pair of needle nose are handy. We'll see if these are terribly hard to loosen. Yeah, this is not the right tool for the job. I'm going to stop attempting that before I break something. I'm going to go get the right tool for this job. I found the right tool. For those curious, this is a 1/4 inch socket just on a old socket driver. I don't know, it might be 8mm or something, but 1/4 inch works flawlessly. Somebody really did not want those screws to come out of there, because they are snug. And there's a bunch of them. I guess the folks at Dell didn't want this to go anywhere. And I think I spotted one right here by the memory sockets. It seems to be a pretty popular place to put this sort of thing. He's out. Now, is that all of them? No. Don't tell me there's one under the processor. That's a real little dude. There's no thermal paste. I don't know what that silver thing is. Did all right though. Nope, not one under the processor. I'll leave him in there. Feels like there's one right in this area somewhere. Is the motherboard tray like the whole tray attached? I see these look like clips, and that tray looks separate from everything else. This whole case needs a bath. I don't want to break it. Well, let's see if I can't. Pry this tray. There's some trick to taking this board out. And I'm probably completely messing that up. Maybe that right there. Pull that up. I found the secret. There was a pull tab. Of course, you guys can't see it. That pull tab right there clips right in here. And I found what was holding the board to the tray. It's the processor socket. Okay,